What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about Faraday Future. I want to go over some of the current data points, answer a lot of your hot topic questions, and go over how potentially Faraday might be making a very bad mistake. So I want to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Faraday, I do got to give them that. They did do fairly well. So they closed 0.85% in the red today, despite there being a massive bloodbath in the market. So you do see Lucid down 4.5, Tesla 4.2, Rivian 3.1. So everyone was getting hit today, but Faraday did do fairly well. After hours, it's going down slightly, 2.58%, but very little volume. So 2.5 million shares being traded, 107.6 is the average. One interesting point to note with Faraday though is this. So there was two institutions buying over this last 2 days. So one yesterday, one today. I couldn't really explain why. Maybe it's because due to the shareholder meeting, and maybe there was some just worrisome about it not passing. But again, in case you guys didn't join, it did pass all the key proposals and everything like that. But there was one transaction for 113 today, yesterday 139. So again, that's definitely something to keep in mind and go over everything. When it comes down to Faraday today, there's been absolutely no news, no SEC filings. I do keep on refreshing because like I said, I do anticipate either today or after hours, there is going to be this document for 8K going over the reverse stock split and how it is most likely going to be effective on Monday. Probably as soon as I put out this video, a document is going to come out, but at the time of doing this video, nothing. So this is where, like I said at the very beginning, Faraday is possibly making a very bold and wrong decision. So for those of you, I just wanted to address some hot topic questions. Some people have said that technically, like the Nasdaq has to be given 5 days notice for a reverse stock split to happen. So this is where some people are saying it's not going to be until kind of later first/second week of August. Just so you guys are aware, if you guys read the Nasdaq rulings, that is a recommendation, not a mandatory thing that needs to be done. And here's two examples. And like I've said in the previous videos, I have covered on various channels these stocks, and both of which have done reverse stock splits with 24 hours or less notice. First one right here, T2. So ticker is TTOO, came out October the 12th, and they basically said, we are doing Today announced that the company's board of directors will be effective close of business day, October the 12th. So that same day. So again, that was less than 24 hours. What really caused all of this crap after with this company is because if you do it such short notice like this, it doesn't give brokers enough time to really switch over the CUSIP number or whatever it is. And so essentially a lot of individuals who had this stock didn't have the new version of the stock, so they couldn't trade it. So there was actually a squeeze that did happen as a byproduct of this, but needless to say, that's kind of beside the point. So this stock did give less than 24 hours notice, as well as this. So Mullen announces a 1-for-9 reverse stock split effective basically the following day. And this came out August the 9th, effective came out August the 8th, effective the 9th. So basically given 24 hours notice. And for those of you that do not know, or kind of saying that Faraday is a different scenario, Mullen was smart enough to actually put the Nasdaq rulings in here. So even here it does say for a period in excess of 10 consecutive business days, but generally no more than 20 consecutive business days before determining that the company has demonstrated an ability to maintain law and compliance. In determining whether to require a company to meet the minimum $1 bid price standard beyond 10 days, staff will consider the following 4 cases: margin of compliance, and then it goes over trading volume, and then the market maker montage, and then point number 4 is the trend of the stock price. So in reality, if you are again factoring in all of that, which equates to a risk level, so this is where obviously Faraday would be the 20 days. Similar to what happened in this case with Mullen, it was 20 days. And I believe with T2, it was also 20 days. So for those of you that think that Faraday is special and it is only going to be given 10 days, that's not how it works, regrettably. So this is where, going back to my point, Faraday is making a very bold and wrong error, because if they do not have that reverse stock split effective on the 5th, then they are going to be ultimately, even best case scenario, less than 20 days before obviously that is required. So this is where Nasdaq might just say, you know what, sorry, you are only 19 days. This is no dice. Like, goodbye, here's a Form 25, which means obviously immediate delisting. So yeah, it's I keep refreshing just to see if anything does come out, and so far absolutely nothing. So we'll just have to wait and see. If there is no documentation today, then this is where Faraday could be problematic. Of course, they could submit something over the weekend, as what they have done on Sunday. So they could do something along those lines, just said like, hey, you know what, effective on Monday, we're doing a reverse stock split. So that could happen, but I don't know. As you can kind of see, they have put out news on weekends in the past. So again, that might happen. Sunday seems to be a very popular day for them, as you do see. So maybe on Sunday, but still, if they don't put out anything and they don't actually have the reverse stock split effective on the 5th, then this is where they could be in a world of trouble. Aside from all of that fun stuff, you do see shorts returned about 271,000 shares. 7.77% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 33.97 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost of borrow average is 11.04. Utilization 67.89, and then short score, so the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening, is 63.89. And just to give you a good overview of the options, so you do see 55% of all the options being done today was optimistic and bullish, 37,000 in calls, 60,000 in puts. So a little bit of optimism. So clearly people are anticipating for some recovery to happen. And when it comes down to Faraday, I'm sure some of you may or may not know, when Faraday does the reverse stock split, all of these current chains, as you do see right over here, they're going to be kind of null. So you won't be able to buy them anymore. There'll be new chains created, but rather, if you do currently own options, your broker will kind of customize it. So they might adjust the share count or the actual strike to accommodate, just to ensure that you kind of still get what you paid for. But no matter what, you should just contact your broker just to see what they may or may not be doing. And when it comes down to new options, so this is where there's usually like a 2-day lag. So probably by Wednesday, you'll see new chains of options, because typically if there is more than 7 million in outstanding shares, then there is going to be options chain. So with obviously the current outstanding share count, and if they do a 1 for 40, then yes, there's still going to be options. So that's some kind of things that you need to know as far as some hot topics. If there is any other questions that you guys would like asked about Faraday that you would like me to rant all about, I can definitely do that. One thing that I found interesting is that there's some, again, a lot of people just like to say that there's hedge funds. So this is Omar, I do believe, under FFIE Plan B, which on a side note, somehow I got banned from for posting, but needless to say, it says it's insane how much that page has been run by trolls and hedge funds. No offense, I get a lot of people seem to think that hedge funds is kind of the end all be all of like everything, but like hedge funds don't really overly care about a lot of stocks, right? They just come in and out just to try and make their money. They do not try to manipulate. I'm sure in some very rare cases they do, like maybe 1% of people out there are like kind of paid in some way or another to spread FUD. But to blanket absolutely every time someone says FUD as a hedge fund, like even myself, that is just absolute crazy batshit stuff. So yeah, I get some people like to say diamond hand and all that crap, but Yeah, I know. Like I said, under this channel and my other channels, I like to educate as best as I can. Hedge funds in some cases are a problem, but majority of which isn't. One thing that you can always look at is FTDs. So failure to delivers, that's usually a good indication of naked shorting, but it has been rather quiet in Faraday's case for a very long time. And like I said, FTDs kind of cover the naked side of it. This right here, Ortex, is for the most part the best information that we do have for just known shorting. So if you kind of piece those together, it kind of shows that behind the scenes is dormant, because like, I think institutions are truly waiting just to see if Faraday does have something up their sleeve, if they have either like a UAE deal or a bridging or something like that. And I'll just hit refresh while I'm ranting just to see if anything is coming out, and still nothing. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I guess if something comes out Sunday, as what typically has happened. If not, then I feel like that's a little bit more worrisome. So like I said, hopefully everyone has a good weekend. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And with all that, appreciate all of you watching.